Today we're talking about Hasan Piker. Now Hasan is famous for doing things on stream that absolutely would get literally anybody else banned. He is, in my opinion, a clear recipient of favoritism from Twitch and somebody that they put forward as the face of their brand, which is kind of problematic for them because Hasan's not a very good person. Today's news is just even more proof of that, as Hasan went on to break Twitch's rules in the most obvious and crazy of ways. That's right, Hasan threatened a viewer live on stream by brandishing what appears to be a firearm. I almost couldn't believe it when I first heard about it until I saw the clip. So we're going to look at the clip in a minute, but I just want to point out that at the time I'm recording this, which is hours after Hasan did this, his Twitch account is still up. He is not banned, and so far he's faced no punishment for it. How could that possibly be? So we're going to take a look at this clip here, put together by Dan Can't Tweet, and he edited together a nice little video here that we're going to take a look at and see exactly what Hasan did, and we're going to talk about why this is a problem and why this is terrible for Twitch. But as we're watching it, I want you to think to yourself, would Asmongold get away with this? Would Twitch not have banned literally anybody else who did this? With that in mind, let's watch this right after you hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks. Here we go.
It's time to crusade Iran and Gaza. Mamdani communists. Let's go to war against the left.
So just to point out what's happening here, Hasan is seeing a viewer in his chat named Apex Crypto, and he's not happy with some of the political statements that this guy has made in chat, which, to be fair, the guy is antagonistic to Hasan, but Hasan's response to this is absolutely completely ridiculous and way over the top and not something that anyone should do. So I just want to point out there before we see it that the MattyO channel does not condone what Hasan is about to do.
Working people who've been left behind by our politics compared with what President Trump has been able to do, over the same period of time that I've been running.
That's right. I just want to note, when you're looking at Hasan here in the bottom right, he's pointing this gun in all sorts of random directions. He's not handling it safely, and you should never do this. I want to be very clear and say, do not handle a gun in this way. It's incredibly dangerous. However, fortunately, this does appear to be an airsoft gun. This is not a real gun. It's just an airsoft gun that's been modified to look like a real gun.
The last person who couldn't get my name right, we defeated them, and that's what it's going to look like again.
Okay, fair enough. As you may.
So he's just sitting there brandishing this thing for a long time. You would think at some point while he's watching this, he could have thought to himself, should I be doing this? Is this a bad idea? But apparently he doesn't have that much of an inner monologue. So let's keep going.
Oh, you found his account?
Today, I will show you 3 ways you can use your smart.
Wait, this is the guy?
First thing we want to do is download the YouTube VPN app, which we can do through the first link in the description.
That's right, Hasan believes that this guy here is his chatter, so he just had one of the other chatters in his chat send him the link to this YouTube channel, and Hasan is under the impression that this is the guy who was talking smack in his chat, and Hasan just decided to dox him and pull up his full face, which is insane. Now normally this would be fine because it is a public video on YouTube that he's pulling up. However, if we go back a little bit, you will see that what Dan has highlighted here is doxing is prohibited by Twitch, even if the perpetrators only expose information available via the public record. And now obviously tying this random Twitch chatter to this YouTube channel is public record, but even with that, it's still against Twitch's rules. And on top of that, this isn't even the right guy. This is not the guy who was chatting in Hasan's chat. He just pulled up a random guy with a similar YouTube channel title. So then if we keep going, Hasan begins to brandish the fake firearm once again.
Fuck are you gonna do, bro? Write a petition? Let's do a crusade, he says. Let's do a fucking crusade, he says.
So here you can see Hasan literally brandishing the firearm in a threatening way while mocking the person who was chatting in his chat. This is not a good look for Hasan or Twitch.
Hang Hasan and Mamdani for treason, he says. The fuck are you gonna do? Go on a fishing expedition? Try to fucking put malware in my phone? Is that what you're gonna do? You skinny bitch. Ugly ass. That's not him, it's this.
That's right. Then somebody points out that he was threatening the wrong person and that this is the actual person. He then goes on to watch the guy's YouTube video. If we skip through here, you will see he pulls up the guy's YouTube video and then he continues to brandish a firearm.
He's mad at me and doesn't realize that he already got sight-wided. Oh, yeah, they already got fucking clapped.
Now, this here is important. When Hasan says he's already been site-wided, what he's saying is that somebody in the Twitch staff have already banned this guy from the entire site, which means that somebody in the Twitch staff was watching Hasan's stream and saw this guy's chat history when Hasan pulled it up to ban him. I don't see any other way they could have acted so quickly to ban this guy. And that means that there's most likely a Twitch staff member that is watching Hasan and seeing him brandish a firearm in a threatening manner towards another Twitch user, which is a massive violation of the terms of service and also just the law. You can't just threaten people. Even if it's not a real gun, you cannot just do that. He's doing it over the internet. If this guy that he's threatening isn't in California, if it's across state lines he's threatening somebody, that's a federal crime. Hasan put himself in major legal jeopardy here for what? I cannot understand why he did this. It boggles my mind how stupid this guy is. Dan Saltman here does add a little context at the end of his video talking about how Dan Clancy, the CEO of Twitch, that's this guy right here, he has actually said that Hasan Piker is one of his favorite Twitch streamers. He puts up a quote here. I'm not sure what article this is from, but it's a quote that says, "Not a gamer himself, Clancy mostly watches musicians or talk shows on Twitch. He particularly enjoys leftist political commentator Hasan Piker, who has 2.5 million followers on the platform. I like the frankness and bluntness," Clancy said. "He's comfortable saying what he believes." So Hasan is one of the favorite Twitch streamers of the CEO, and Hasan is doing this on stream and getting away with it. This can't be allowed to happen. This is a threat. This is an actual crime being committed on Twitch, and they're not doing anything to him. At least as of right now, they have not done anything to Hasan for this. He's still unbanned. If I go to his channel here and we take a look, he's still unbanned. How? Anybody else would have been banned instantly, but somehow Hasan managed to get away with it because the CEO and the other management staff show favoritism. At least that's my opinion. So hopefully you guys understand why this is a problem for Twitch, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Hasan is the face of Twitch. He's one of the most followed Twitch streamers. He's got almost 3 million followers, and he's constantly put out there as, you know, the CEO's favorite Twitch streamer. So this guy, who the CEO of Twitch has endorsed, went on to threaten another user of the site with a firearm on stream. Now, fortunately, this does appear to be an airsoft gun, and I want to point out that that's important. It wasn't a real gun. However, it doesn't actually change the underlying thing. He's brandishing what looks like a real weapon in order to imply a threat to somebody. Whether or not the gun's real doesn't matter. The implied threat is what matters. And on top of all of this, right, on top of everything else that is going on in this clip, this airsoft gun that Hasan has here is not legal in California. All airsoft guns in the state of California have to be sold with the orange tip, which he seems to have either removed or painted over, but there's also even more specific rules to airsoft guns in California, especially to airsoft handguns. So if we go here to Google and we say, can you take the orange tip off an airsoft gun in California, removing the orange tip from an airsoft gun is illegal. California Penal Code 20150 prohibits altering the markings or coloration of a toy or imitation gun. This includes removing the orange tip, which is required by federal law to distinguish airsoft guns from real firearms. Violating this law is a misdemeanor. Now, when it says it's required by federal law, it's required by federal law to have the orange tip on it when you're selling a airsoft gun. In a lot of states, you can actually remove them, but not in California. So if we look down here, you'll see California law prohibits altering the appearance of imitation firearms, including removing the orange tip. But that's not it, all right? So if we go here to this website, which is Red Wolf Airsoft, which is a specific airsoft company that talks about the airsoft laws in every different state. So if we go here, we Control F California, so that's this part here. According to California state law, airsoft guns must be colored in bright colors. Nope, not bright colors, okay. And have an orange tip at the top of the gun. No, that's missing too. Okay, that's perfect. Furthermore, it is illegal for a person to use or exhibit an airsoft gun in public. Now, I don't know if that counts against Hasan, because technically he's in his own home while he's doing this. However, he is publicly brandishing it. I don't really know if just the act of showing the airsoft gun like this is illegal. Given California laws, I wouldn't be surprised if it was, considering how crazy they are. My point is that even though this is not a real gun, Hasan is breaking the law in California by having it like this, right? It needs to be more specifically colored. It needs to be more specifically marked as an airsoft gun and not a real gun. It is absolutely unhinged that not only is he doing this, not only is he breaking Twitch rules and also probably some laws. This is a major problem for Twitch. So whatever, it's fine. It's just Twitch's reputation at stake because this guy is one of the favorite streamers of the CEO. And so this guy's name, Hasan Piker, is forever associated with Twitch. They've promoted him, they've put him up on this big podium, and now Twitch is going to have to deal with the blowback from having this creator who they've made the face of their brand do something like this on stream. Do you guys think he's going to get banned? Because as of right now, he's not banned. So I don't know what's going to happen in the future. My prediction is he gets banned on Sunday and he's back on Monday. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen in the comments. Thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. Remember to like and subscribe. Have a great day and God bless you.